This 2016 SQ5 is in with us for a few things actually, but one of those things is our most popular head unit, which is the 10-inch touchscreen display. We're doing the Linux system, so that's going to be CarPlay, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, wireless Android Auto, and that's about it. It does mirroring as well, and it works with the factory Bluetooth audio, factory camera, and all the factory settings. So no Android, no YouTube, no Netflix, none of that stuff. Just complete, simple touchscreen, CarPlay, full screen. It looks really good, and it's for what most people will actually use. And we're also doing a integrated light bar, which you might see some of the car ripped apart there. I'll show you that now. So front bar is already off, and what we're thinking about doing is mounting these brackets, probably something like that in the Rio, and then these aren't going to be dead straight, but the light bar can swivel on the bracket. It's not really going to work if we put them straight, but we're still playing around with it. Anyway, once that's all done, the light bar will be behind the grille and just sit right in there and shine through. So that's going to look really nice, and it'll be a little stealth hidden light bar for this SQ5. As for the wiring, it runs up nice and neat in there. We've got battery power there, we've got ground there, the relay's in behind here, and then we'll pull this section out so we can run the switch wiring in, and then we'll do a nice little switch inside the car as well. But that's not what this video is about. The video is about this factory unit. I think it looks fine, but it doesn't have CarPlay, it doesn't have Android Auto, and it's not touchscreen. So good things about this car: it has factory Bluetooth that works really well. It has factory Bluetooth audio that works really well. So we're gonna use those two features and add them into the new screen, for lack of better words, and it's gonna be really, really nice. So as always, let's get right into it. We're gonna start with removing this, and this, and this, and this. Boom, just like that. Whole interior is apart. Well, not the whole interior, but a lot of the interior is apart. This panel right here, just on clips, so you use a plastic trim removal tool and pop it right off. Torx 20s, 1, 2, 3, 4, screen comes out. Special Audi radio removal keys to pull that out, and then the glove box is held in by a bunch of 8mm. So this video is not going to be a in-depth step-by-step how-to. I definitely have those videos on the channel if you want to go back and look. This is just more of a quick, let's get this thing in and see how it works. So in the kit, our wiring harness, I'm going to open that up. Got some screws and stuff there. This is the main sort of bulk of the harness. So we're going to grab the quad lock connector, which is right here, and plug that into the OEM quad lock plug. Boom, line it up, line the pins up, click it in. Nice and easy. This will now connect back to the original head unit. All of this stuff leave as is. Tape, tape, tape. And then this plug, which is on the other end, we're going to run behind the glove box and up to the screen. So that's one plug run up there. Now, when you pull everything through, this little plug will land down here, and it reads right there what you need to do. Plug into the gateway. So if we come down here into this area, you'll see a red connector, and now this is only for MMI cars. This is not for non-MMI. So if you have a non-MMI, this will not work. It's a different process. And if you're not sure, flick the team an email. Now we go here, boom, plug in, which I'm sure you can see right there, here, and then plug the new side back into the CAN gateway. There we go, boom, plugged in. All right, keep that nice and secure. Excess loom here, we'll tape up, make it look nice and neat, hide it. AMI, don't worry about this. If you have a late model SQ5 or Q5 with Bluetooth audio streaming, A2DP, and good Bluetooth phone call quality that you're happy with, don't worry about that. You don't need it. In any other case, no BT audio, so you've got an early model car, or your Bluetooth's terrible, then we will look at installing that. As for now, we're not doing that. We're just doing OEM integration for the Bluetooth. Secondary harness right here. We're going to take the original screen connector and plug it in. Oh, these things always get me. Always go the wrong way. Here we go. Boom. Screen connector. Straight in. Easy. Second one, which is power for the screen. The original screen, don't need, tape up. And then we have a couple of other things, tape them up. 2 USB ports straight into the glove box. Not needed really. And just like that, we're already halfway through the install. Some mounting hardware that will come in the kit. You'll see where we use that in a minute. But basically, once you're comfortable with all of this, you can start putting stuff back. So I'm going to start with the MMI unit. We'll pop it back. I do say this in a lot of videos. If you plug this in and these buttons don't work, 100% you forgot to plug them in. That's the only reason why they won't work. If they light up and they don't work, that's different. But if they're not lighting up and they're basically become redundant or useless after the install, it's because they're not plugged in. It's the only reason why. Plug in the fiber optic, very important not to forget that one. So when you're putting this back in, the plugs that you always forget, leave them down underneath. And that's how you'll remember not to forget them. See that? They're right underneath. And then we can basically find where they go. They'll only go in one way. So if you try and do what I'm doing now, wrong one, won't fit. So just go to the other side. There we go, 2. That could be the reason why people are forgetting, because you might pull it apart and then think, oh, only one plug controls the whole thing. Not true, there's 2 plugs at the front. Now, depending on what model of car you have, this radio might hit the gear selector. In the SQ5 it doesn't. So when you go above, you can get your finger in there. So there's no need to put the cloth. Some earlier models, this will hit the gear selector and you need to move it out of the way or put a cloth down. So this car's fine. Now we're just gonna give it a push. Okay, that fits 100%, no problems with that fitting. So what I'll do is not push it in all the way. We'll wait, make sure everything works first, and then once we're happy at the end, click it into place. So now we want to grab the new screen and look at what connector goes where. So big connector on this side, small connector on this side. Basically how we have it. Beautiful. The reason being, let's put that down somewhere safe. We're now going to install the bracket. So we need to know which cable to put through which provision, just like that. And we're going to keep this handy for now. So with that in, we can use the original screws, original mounting hardware, and mount this down. Once the bracket's in, we can grab the hazard connector, plug it in, keep this handy. We'll put a little bit of tape on. Next up, hazard connector and fascia can all go back down into here, into there. Same thing, grab the plugs through the corresponding provisions, and then we're gonna click that into place. Yeah, nice. Once that screws on, that is going to look amazing. Check the hazards, all working. Cool, so now we can screw this down with our little bag of mounting hardware. All right, are we ready? Have a look at that transformation. So I've put everything back together. As you can see, everything lines up nice. Glove box all screwed back down. Coming into the car. Now I have been accused before of detailing people's cars once we're finished with them, but I just like everything to be picture perfect. Look at how clean it is. I want everything absolutely perfect. Obviously I can't spend too much time actually detailing the car, but I will give every car a wipe down and a clean, and just tell me how good does that already look. And it lines up with the dash. People want these 14-inch, 12-inch massive screens. You don't need it. This screen is plenty big and it looks amazing and it fills that dash nicely. Have a look at the fascia there, just beautiful. I'm gonna get my phone paired up, quickly show you guys how it looks and works, and that is this job done. And you might be able to hear that out there. We're mounting that light bar, so we'll show you how that looks as well. All right guys, so jump in the car, we'll turn her on, and then from here, we probably didn't need to start it, but that's all right. You'll see I'm paired to the original Bluetooth system, and that's gonna pair on its own right now, just like the factory system does. So it's going to establish its connection. All right, let's do that again with the car off. So screen is on, and you can see here what I'm playing on my phone, and we're going through factory Bluetooth. Now the beauty is if we move over to the dash, you see at the very top where we can see the same song. Beautiful. Now we touch the screen and we're into the new system. So this is what it looks like. You can't change the user interface on the Linux screen, so it just looks like this. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's quite nice. You can see we have CarPlay, Android Auto, video and music through USB, and then you've got Mirror and AirPlay. So CarPlay, follow the prompts, which I'm going to do on my phone right now. Pair, allow, wait for it, connect. Okay. So drop that down now. Keep an eye on here and have a look at that. And now from CarPlay, I can use the dial, as you see here, that's the original MMI dial, or you've got touchscreen. And look at how fast that is. It's much faster than you'll find basically anywhere. It's just like a factory CarPlay system. The refresh rate's really nice. It swipes really quickly, and then we can go to Spotify here and then play that same song. And what's going to happen is we're still going through the factory Bluetooth. It's really great. It means, you know, really good audio quality. It means really good Bluetooth quality. Everything just basically works as you want it to. We go home, go into reverse. You'll get to see your factory camera. So it's showing aftermarket. That's a setting. So we can actually do it right from reverse. But the camera's not working because that's flashing, and that's flashing because the front bumper's off. So don't worry about that. We'll touch the screen again, get rid of that beeping, which is very annoying. Back here, so if you go to reverse, it will take you to the original side, but you won't see the camera until the sensors are plugged in. So don't stress about that. So that is that. CarPlay, you can pair wirelessly or you can plug in. Android Auto, same thing, video, music, and that is pretty much the system. If you go over to Car Info, you have all the original stuff here as it was. Now it's not touchscreen, so if you touch the screen, it just brings you back to the new side. But that's it. For most people, this is exactly what you want. You get in the car every single day and you are greeted to a full screen Apple CarPlay, Android Auto display. Everything works, Siri works, sound works, you name it. And I think it looks amazing. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And let's go have a look at this light bar. All right, front end is all back together, and have a look at this stealth light bar. You can barely see it in there, but from the top part of the grille, look at that. There you go. You better look at it in there. Have a look at that. I'm very, very happy with how this has come out. Now, let's go see if it works. All right, so we'll set you guys up in the driver's seat. We'll turn the car on. Do the high beams. Look at that. How crazy is that? No, I'm just kidding. That's not even on. Okay, that's just factory high beam. Let's shut the car up. All right, so there's factory. 1, 2, 3. Now we'll turn the light bar on. 1, 2, 3. Have a go at that. Heaps better. So, well, how cool is the new CarPlay as well? You get little photos and stuff. So this is still paired to my phone from yesterday, but that is it. That is the car completely finished. There it is, SQ5 completely finished. If you have any questions about the install, drop them in the comments below. If you want to pick up that exact screen, it'll be the first link in the description. Otherwise, just head over to the website. Installation inquiries, if you have any questions on the light bar, you want something similar done like that, go to the website, fill out the contact form, and we'll be there to help you guys out. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you in the next one.